And with the media industry, some of the changes so fast. How do you stay relevant? How have you been able to stay relevant and on top of the media for so long
I think by surrounding myself with younger people.
Because you also have one of the youngest teams in radio.
Yeah, I think we've worked out at various stages what the average age is. It's scary how young it is. They're all early 20s or some later 20s, but the average age is early 20s. I look back, I mentioned Spiro before saying we should be on TikTok. And I say, tell me why. And he shows it to me and explains why we should. All right, go for it. So you've got to trust people who have got their own instinct. They're younger than me, and therefore as the landscape changes, you've got to be listening to them. I had James Willis, a relatively young guy compared to me, who said to me a few years ago, I want to change our podcasting strategy. And I said, why? And he explained it to me. I kind of understood it, and I just said, all right, do it. Starting when? I said, starting tomorrow. He goes, which parts of the changes I've recommended? I said, all of them. Let's just go with it. Within a month, our podcast went from being a reasonably well-rating podcast as part of the Nine Entertainment Company to being the #1 podcast within the Nine Entertainment Company. That's including sport, news, everything. The #1 podcast has been Fordham Live. That happened within a month. Now, if I was stubborn or thought, oh, James doesn't know what he's talking about, I wouldn't have been able to achieve that. But I just thought, well, he knows more than me, so let's give it a go. And the worst thing you can do is fail. And if you fail, you can do something about that. So you've just got to listen to people and look at some of those emerging trends.